Hello, all. Today, we're going to have a look at the 15 content writing skills required for creating a high quality content. Is everyone can write? Yes or no? Yes. But everyone who writes is a writer? Is everyone who writes is a writer? No, right? So, writing skills requires dedication and passion. Of course, you can't become a content writer in a day or a night. That needs certain practice, and you have to be so passionate about it to just to develop the skills of the content writing. So we are going to have a look at the 15 content writing skills required in the present century. So the first one is research skills. Next is communication skill, creative writing skill. You should have a skill of writing with clarity. You should have grammatical accuracy, editing skill, perfect logical flow, adaptability in writing style and tone, originality, marketing skills, knowing what is SEO, problem solving skill, time management, technology, and organizational skill. So these are the very important skills required for creating a high quality content. So the first and foremost is the research skill. Before just coming up with the content, you have to research what is it. You have to research it in detail. Then build your arguments. So, what is the purpose of your writing? Before building arguments, what is the purpose of your writing? So, based on the purpose of your writing, you have to build arguments. And then, with your arguments, you have to convince the reader. For example, if you're selling a product, you should convince your reader to get or buy the product. That is called convincing the reader with your argument. So, a good content writer analyzes a lot of data. He or she researches a lot, then collects information, classifies the information, and comes up with an insightful conclusion. So, this is what is important for a good researcher. The first thing is you have to analyze, collect a lot of data. Then you have to segregate it. Then, what is needed? You have to just take what is needed for you and then publish it. So, with proper research, you can build knowledge. And when you know the topic clearly, you'll be able to explain it in a detailed manner with a particular argument. So, that is how you convince your reader. So, don't just deviate from your purpose or your arguments. So, this is what research skill is. The next important thing is communication skill. So you should have a mastery over your language. You should have a command over the language in which you're gonna sell your product, or you're just gonna write a blog. You're gonna convince your reader with the description you give a product. So for that, you should have a master over the language. And another important thing is you should know who your target audience is, to whom you're gonna sell this, to which particular group you're gonna sell your product, to which particular group you're gonna do your blog, write a blog, write an article, to which particular group you're gonna publish an article. So before that, apart from research, you have to have a conversation with the audience. You should be a good listener. When you communicate with someone, you should be able to listen to their queries, listen to their arguments. Then only you can be a good marketer. There is a saying that good listener makes a good marketer. So content writers are basically good marketers. So you should be a master over your language. You should be master over the words you use, choice of words you use, and then you can excel in communication skill. Next is creative writing. So, do you read an article when you surf the net? How do you surf it? Just do you read each line? Do you read line by line? Yes or no? Yeah. When you just read it, like it should be interesting. It should have humor. The headlines should be catchy. There should be something unique in the writing. Only then you'll be able to read everything. Only then you will read everything. So boring content, are you coming up with boring content? Or do you have a problem do you have a problem for attention? Like, do you read more than 20 seconds? Do you watch a video for more than 10 seconds? Yes. You watch it more than 10 seconds when you are interested in it. That is what is creative writing about. You should follow certain techniques. Just instill humor in the first line or start with a story. Storytelling technique is very important. Or, uh, or so creative writing is a skill. You have to implement certain techniques to be creative in order not to be boring, in order to attract the audience. So this is another important skills required for coming up with a beautiful content writings. Okay, the next important skill is writing with clarity. Keep it short and simple. Brevity is important. Just imagine using bombastic words and just showing the mastery over the language, just showing your mastery is not important. Is it useful when they don't understand? Always keep the target audience in mind. Everyone should be able to understand it. The sentences shouldn't be too long. This reader should be feel comfort while reading your article. The reader should be at ease while reading your article. For example, if your headline has a mistake, will they read it? Making dumb mistakes. So it's important to write with clarity, edit it, proofread it again and again, and then publish your article. Grammatical accuracy. This is another important thing. We are all not very good at grammar. Maybe we just speak, but when it comes to grammar, we make dumb mistakes. That's very common. So always say no to rough draft. Don't stop with the rough draft. Go for the second draft, third draft. Proofread it. Uh, Poor grammar just can ruin your piece of writing. They'll think the audience will think that okay, the author is not well at writing. They may just ignore your article. So be careful with your grammar, syntax, punctuation, spelling, choice of words. Be very careful about the choice of words you use. Next is the editing skill. Self-editing skill is the most important skill required for creating a high quality content. You should keep on editing. You should know how to edit, or you can ask the feedback for also ask feedback for the ask for feedback with others. So because we will not be able to find the mistakes we make, we may use a word again and again. We may repeat it. So instead, go ask someone for help. Always say no to first draft. Next is the perfect logical flow. Just imagine you're just going on, just going for cycling. It's very good. The road is very good. You're just having a good time. All of a sudden, if there's a bump, or all of a sudden there's a dead end, how would you feel? The same thing. The content writers should have a flair of writing. It should be in a flow without a bump or a pause. All of a sudden, coming up with new ideas will just break the logical flow of your writing, and the audience will just feel bad. They'll just ignore your article very quickly. So no need of surprises. Instead, the audience should be reading it with stress free. You should be stress free while your audience should be stress free while reading your article. So perfect logical flow is another important content writing skill. Next is the adaptability in writing style and tone. One thing is you should have your own style of writing. When people read your article, they should find it's you. You should have a uniqueness in style and tone of your writing. Another thing is you have to adapt to the particular company you're writing, like adapt to different styles and techniques a particular company you're working for. For example, you're working in a beverage company or a makeup company. So according to their style, you have to adapt yourself and then come up with a content. Also have your unique style. Another thing, originality. When you come up with a blog, when you come up with an article in your blog, always be original. That is, you have to cover your content with a different angle, but don't copy from other blogs or other facts. Facts is important, research is important. Apart from that, you have to give your own conclusion. People always like originality. Don't plagiarize. So use distinctive words or memorable phrases and interesting stories to prove your point. And you can come up with case studies. But be sure to give your conclusion for the particular case study. What else? You can have a conversation with your colleagues or your friends, and you can share your stories with them. From that, you can just build up your content. The important thing is different angle. Just capture the attention of the readers from a different angle and engage the curiosity of the readers. Next important thing is marketing. So marketing is also the same, that you should be able to empathize with the target audience. Before researching, find what is the problem. For what you're gonna write this particular, why are you writing this particular article? Why are you gonna give a description of a particular product? So what are the interests? Just find out what are the interests of the audience. Then, according to their convenience, according to their priorities, you can just optimize your content. How will you create and engage leads? What is leads? Leads are the potential customers and the future clients. So, lead generation is the process of identifying and nurturing potential customers for your business. So, you acquire the identity and contact information of someone who are interested in your business and then just promote your product to them. So, lead generation is a process of identifying and nurturing the potential customers, that is, future customers for your business. Conversion. That is how many people, how you're making people to get your product. How many people are gonna get your product? That is called conversion. That is calculation that tells you how well you're converting traffic into revenue. That is traffic into profit on your website or an app. That is, for example, 20 of them have visited your website, but only one person has got your product. So the conversion rate is total number of conversions divided by total number of visits into 100. That is, for example, one sale, you have performed one sale. So divided by how many of them have visited your website? That is 20. So 1 divided by 20 into 100. That makes 5%. So this is the conversion rate. The next is knowing SEO. You would have heard about SEO. SEO means search engine optimization. That is, SEO is about optimizing your search engine. What are the search engines? Google is a search engine. Apart from that, what are the search engines? Yahoo, Bing, everything is search engine. So how you optimize, how you make improvements to your search engine? You're just making it, you're just improving it by adding particular words. That is, SEO is about making improvements to your website structure and content so its pages can be discovered by people searching for what you have to offer through search engines. For example, in Insta, you just use hashtags so that by using those hashtags, people can just easily access your page. That is what. Okay, that is you're making improvements. For example, you're selling a product, like you're selling keyboard. For example, you're selling a keyboard. So what are the words people will use to get a keyboard? Hashtag keyboard, computer keyboard, uh, like system keyboard, or whatever. Okay, so these are the words people use. So you have to optimize your search engine according to these words. The formal definition of SEO is search engine optimization is a set of technical and content practices aimed at aligning a website page with a search engine's ranking algorithm so it can be easily found, crawled, indexed, and surfaced in the SERP for relevant queries. Problem solving skill. The next important thing is problem solving skill. You are writing an article, you are doing something to solve the problem. So, is simple presentation of facts enough? Then, what is the use of hiring you? There's no use, right? So, you should craft the content in order to make the audience be attracted to your article. So, identify the issues, identify the problems, brainstorm, then come up with the facts, then come up with your insightful conclusions. So, not only you should like only being an expertise is not enough. Also, you should need proper experience. For that, you have to communicate with others, communicate with the audience, communicate with the target audience, and then you can implement best solutions. Then you can come up with your best solutions. That is what is problem solving skill. Yes, another important thing is time management. Know how to manage time. So when you're just given a task, prioritize. You just uh, you just prioritize your work. You just have a goal. Set your goal. Don't wait for deadlines. So that is very important. Just prioritize and do it priorly. So plan and structure. Know how to manage time. Don't wait for others to push you. Instead, you keep a deadline. You allot your time and proceed with the work. Oh, technology. This is a time where technology is blooming. So technological skill is also very important. Pay attention to every minute details in technology. Like you should be able to make use of the mail. You should be able to make use of the social media platforms. So everything is important. So your own copy should be a combination of technology also. Only the data and facts is not important, but how you use technology, how you use these data in different platforms is also important. So be aware of all the social medias and various apps prepared for this current scenario. Next comes organization skills. Be organized, structure your writing. So in order to develop your writing skill, just come up with a topic each day, practice on that. Do not be diverted from your particular topic. Instead, stay on the topic, be organized with the deadlines and requirements. So these are the 15 important content writing skills required for creating a high quality content. Hope you are clear with all the skills. Thank you.